Check 1, 2, check. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to The Smoke. Tommy Upton coming to you live here on the campus of Hattiesburg High School. We're getting ready to take on the second game of the series between Picayune and Hattiesburg. If you missed it last night, you missed a thriller. Picayune wins in a 4-3, 12-inning affair. Picayune scored 3 runs in the 5th inning, had Hattiesburg bases loaded, 1 out. In the 7th inning, in the top of the 7th, had to strike him out to make the 2nd out of the inning. Had the runner picked off on 3rd, threw down to 3rd. We made an error, allowed 1 run to score, so now 3-1. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. The next batter is a freshman pinch hitter, comes in and hits a 2-run single to tie the game at 3. And from there, we go on to play 5 more innings of baseball before Kyler King walks it off on a bases-loaded single out into left field to give the Tide the win 4-3, as I said, in 12 innings. It was an outstanding affair. Lost in all that was 2 really, really good pitching performances. First of all was from Tanner Busby. Tanner went 8 innings. Let me pull up my stats here, and I'll give you his exact stats. But Tanner goes 8 innings, strikes out 8, walks none, gives up no earned runs, ends up with a no decision. Landon Watts comes in and actually gets the win for Picayune, and he did a phenomenal job too, pitching for the Tide. So Hattiesburg, what we learned from them is Hattiesburg is a very, very good baseball team. They're very quick on the bases. We need to keep them off of the bases as much as possible tonight. They put a lot of pressure on us. Although the Tide had a great game plan for that last night, Landon Watts actually picked a base stealer off and then threw one out caught stealing. And also Mason Bayless comes in as Landon Watts is pitching and has another caught stealing. So Picayune was ready for the offensive performance of Hattiesburg. But tonight I think the key is going to be to keep them off the bases as much as possible and actually try to get a little bit more offense than we did last night. We struggled against some Hattiesburg pitching. Not really overpowering pitching, quite honest, but we struggled with the ability to put the baseball in play in key situations. Kyler King was huge. We had a couple other hits. Morgan Kraft had a couple of hits last night. But for the most part, we hit a lot of weak fly balls and a few weak ground balls and struggled in key situations. That's going to be my key tonight is can Picayune put the ball in play more effectively and in bigger situations and put these guys to bed early, because we've seen, just like last night, if you let them hang around, they're a good baseball team. Don't let the fact that they scored or finished 3rd in their division or district fool you. They're a very, very good baseball team, and if they hang around, they can be dangerous, as they showed last night. So you listen to the Pawpaw's Campers and Cars pregame show live from the Smoke here in Hattiesburg. Both teams have already taken their infield. The coaches are having a meeting now at home plate with the umpires. Hattiesburg has already pre-positioned all of their gloves and hats out in the outfields, waiting on the announcement. From there, we'll have the national anthem. and then we'll be moving into baseball. You're going to hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be back. We'll try to get you back for the national anthem, but we're ready to play baseball. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Hey neighbors, it's that time of year again. It's springtime. Make that short drive to Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune. You'll be glad you did. Pawpaw's has a nice selection of new and used trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. Please go to our website, pawpawsniceprice.com, and see multiple pictures of our entire inventory. Pawpaw's Campers, having fun, selling fun.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
Get back in a game with Dodd Therapy Center. Jamison Dodd has the specialties and experience to get your athlete back in the game, including indoor turf, Hyvamat, blood flow restriction, trigger point. Dodd Therapy Center is also specializing in treating Parkinson's disease and other neurological disorders. Give Dodd Therapy Center a call at 769-242-2636 or visit us at 405 Memorial Boulevard in Picayune and get back in the game.
Tommy Upton back here at the Smoke. Sorry, we've been having a little technical difficulty, so if you heard us working on some stuff in between commercial spots, we were trying to get everything going, so appreciate Timmy Kraft. He is just a workhorse helping us get going. Picayune has been announced. Hattiesburg is currently being announced, and we'll get ready for the national anthem here, and then we'll be ready to play baseball here at the Smoke. All right, we're back here getting ready for Game 2 of the Best of 3 series. Picayune won last night in a 4-3 contest. Hope you were able to tune into that one. If you didn't get to see it live, then you caught our stream. It was an outstanding ball game. So this is Game 2 officially of the series, but it feels like Game 3 because we almost played 2 complete games last night going 12 innings. Picayune has now getting ready. They're in the dugout. They'll be taking the first pitch here. We got number 10 on the mound, and number 10 for Hattiesburg is Tamaj Davis. He is a senior, and he'll be the hurler starting for Hattiesburg. He is a sidewinder, big, tall young fella, and he throws from about a 3/4 arm slot. I've told you before, and I continue to stand behind this sentiment that anything sidearm or submarine should be banned. I don't believe that you should be able to do that in baseball in any age group, and that's because I never could hit them as a hitter. So I have no desire or love for sidewinders, but that's what the Tide's going to be facing tonight. Parker Helton is going to be leading off, playing in center field. Kyler King will be at shortstop. He has a injury. If you were tuned in or saw the game last night, he had to walk off hit, but he also suffered an injury on a hard slide into second base as he was attempting to turn a double play. He fell on the kid's cleat and actually cut his hand fairly severely, but it is stitched up, and he's playing tonight. I talked to him pregame. He said he's feeling okay as much as he can. I think it'll be okay throwing, but it's going to be using the bat kind of on the inside of his thumb. That will play a game. Will play a part in the game, but as Kyler showed last night, he did that with an open wound in the 12th inning, drove in the winning run for the Tide. He's a tough kid. That nothing's going to keep him out. So he'll be batting second. Jamie Lumpkin will be at second, batting third. Morgan Kraft will be over at first. He'll bat fourth. Cooper Moreau will be down at third. He'll bat fifth. Landon Watts will be catching. He'll be batting sixth. Brady Robertson will be on the mound tonight. And he'll be batting seventh. Landon Franklin will be DHing tonight. And Justin Stockstill will be in left field. That's the lineup tonight. We're getting ready for the first pitch. First pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune. Remember, hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. We're glad that you tuned in with us tonight. We're getting ready for baseball here at the Smoke. Here's the first pitch to Helton. That's going to be a swing and a miss on a side winding fastball from Davis. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 0-2 quickly to Helton. Dole Ash listening in, gave me an update on the audio. Thank you. We were struggling a bit, but I think we got it figured out. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Helton. That's going to be fouled off, and he'll remain 0-2 here. Good crowd from Picayune. I'm actually sitting out in the crowd, in the stands tonight. Hattiesburg has a pretty good crowd. I can see around the corner, but Picayune has a big contingent. So should be noisy and lively, and let's hope the crowd has a lot to cheer for. That's going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman. Second baseman is going to pick it up, flip it over to the first baseman, and that will retire the first out of the inning on a 4-3 putout. And we know that Mr. Joe Polk plays second base, and he can play very good defense as he did it last night, many occasions. So if we're going to hit it to someone, let's hit it to someone other than Mr. Polk, as he can play defense. Kyler King's going to step in now for the Tide. Hero from last night's game as he drove in the winning run in the 12th. He'll take the first pitch up high for a ball. Kyler leads the Tide in most offensive categories, including hits, percentages, and he's going to add to that as he hits one up the middle. The shortstop, Bobo Barnes, makes a great diving stab to his left, knocks the ball down, but no way for him to stand up and throw out the speedy King, as King will single in his first at bat. King hit it right back up the middle. Bobo did a very good job of getting all the way behind second base, made a diving catch, knocked the ball down, but no chance to get up and throw it out. So that'll bring up Jamie Lumpkin now as he'll hit with one on and one out here in the top of the first. Just underway, no score. 1 on, 1 out, Tide batting. Jamie will take the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. That's going to kick away from the catcher, Parm, and that's going to allow Kyler King to get down to second. The ball wasn't that far away, but it just kept scooting away from Parm. And so King will take advantage of that and actually get down to second base. So now 1-0. We got a runner in scoring position here early. See if Jamie can do anything with it. Here's the pitch. That was going to be inside. Nope, called on the inside corner strike. 1-1 now to Jamie. Davis comes set, takes a look back at King. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball, 2-1. And again, David takes a peek. King's going to take off. There's going to be a ground ball to second base. It's going to eat up Joe Polk, but he's still going to be able to throw out Lumpkin over at first. So that was a high chopper that caught Polk in a mid-hop. He was able to kind of top hand the ball, get his hand over the top of the ball, and knock it down. Had to pick it up and make a quick throw over to first. He does, but that will move King over to third as it was a hit and run. You don't see that very often from second with nobody on first, but that was a hit and run. So now Kraft's going to step in. King at third and 2 outs. He'll take the first pitch inside for a ball. King was going on the pitch. Jamie kind of let the ball get deep on him, hit it, but chopped it right in front of the mound out to second base. That one's going to be outside for a ball, 2-0. Now to Kraft. Kraft had a couple of hits last night and was one of the bright spots offensively for the Tide. He found a couple of barrels and hit the ball hard all night long. Here's his 2-0 pitch. He's going to hit that one hard, but right at the first baseman, and it gets through the wickets. It's going to get out into right field, and that will allow Kyler King to score. So Kraft once again hits the ball hard. Should have been playable. We'll see how it gets scored. I was going to call it an error, but it scoots out into right field. And nevertheless, it's going to be a run-scoring hit for Morgan Kraft. So the Tide takes an early lead here on a hit by Kraft, and he continues to drive in runs and be key in big productive situations. Here's the junior now, third baseman Cooper Moreau. He'll step in with Kraft down at first, and he'll hit one to the first baseman. That's going to kick off the first baseman and get by him. Kraft's going to round second, and he'll stand up at third. So we'll call that another error. Kraft goes first and third with the 2 outs. Since the first baseman was holding Kraft on, he was holding over on the bag. That ball was hit off the base. He reached out to backhand it and should have made the play, but it kicked off his glove. Polk was coming that way, and it actually kicked past him. So the ball ends up out in shallow right field. Good job by Kraft. He'll get over the third. So Tide now has first and third with 2 outs. The catcher, Landon Watts, will stand in here now. He's been seeing the ball pretty well. Struggled a bit last night. See if he can get going tonight. He's going to swing and foul that one off, 0-1. So the Tide scores early here, threatening to score more. Kraft stands down at third. Cooper Moreau stands down at first after both of those reached on errors. They have them officially scored as hits here. We'll see what the official score of Picayune, which is Timmy Kraft, is going to score them. I would call both of those errors, but doesn't matter if you call them circus pitches. They scored a run, and that's what we need. Swing and a miss by Watts. So he's down in the count 0-2 to Davis. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's up high for a ball, 1-2. Just joining us, Tide has been the beneficiary of a couple of miscues by the Hattiesburg defense. Driven in a run. We got first and third, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Down goes Watts, but not before the Tide picks up 1. They strand 2. We're headed to the bottom of the first. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Dr. Hermaine Almonte, Chair of Surgery and Trauma Medical Director, Highland Community Hospital.
Over the last 10 years, the Highland Surgery Department have grown exponentially. We have been able to add multiple services to our surgery department, which includes urology, general surgery, advanced laparoscopic surgery, ENT, as well as ophthalmology.
Highland Community Hospital, here when you need us most. For more information, go to highlandch.com.
Dr. Lori Blackmer and Dr. Mark Hutto at Picayune Eye Clinic are experienced optometrists who are passionate about your vision care. Picayune Eye Clinic will cater to all of your vision needs, answer any eye care questions you may have, and supply you with the most up-to-date optometric information and fashion eyewear and frames in order to keep your eyes clear and healthy. They've been providing complete eye care for over 30 years. The clinic is at 908 6th Avenue in Picayune. Give Picayune Eye Clinic a call today at 601-798-4182 and begin to see things more clearly.
Sorry, we're headed to the bottom of the first. Got a little anxious. Almost stepped on the Picayune Eye Clinic spot. Don't want to do that. Appreciate their sponsorship and appreciate all the sponsors tonight, especially the Pygate Agency. Allstate Pygate Agency is there actually sponsoring our video stream tonight. If you're listening to us on the radio and you want to catch the video stream, just go to YouTube and search for PMHS Sports. PMHS Sports. You can catch the video stream with this audio feed over the top. There is a fee that all the teams must pay to the High School Athletic Association to stream, or actually stream audio too, any playoff event. So we appreciate the Pygate Agency for covering that tonight so that you can watch this game absolutely free of charge. Got a couple of folks listening in. Justin Stockstill says he's listening in from West Texas. Of course, Tyler and Paul are listening in back at Hoopo at home, listening in. I think I said Doyle Ash is listening in. Mr. Kurt Gerald's listening in, too. So if you're listening in, send me a text. I always love to hear from you. 601-590-5950. 590-5950. Remind you that the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune, with their Picayune Maroon Tide proud. Stop by the main branch at 121 East Canal for all your banking needs. Joe Polk's going to step in here against Brady Robertson to lead off the bottom of the first. And the first pitch to Polk's going to be up high for a ball. Brady, if you are a Tide fan, and you probably are if you're listening to that, was out for several weeks in the middle of the season, but he's been recovering nicely. Polk's going to lift that one behind second base. King is going to call off Lumpkin. Started to say Jamie. Going to call Jamie off and record the first out of the inning. on a high pop fly. The wind is blowing tonight, so it may play a factor in those high pop flies. Romarian Wilson, first baseman, is going to step in now against Brady Robertson. Jeff Stockstill is also listening from the Eastern Shore. That one is going to hit Romarian Wilson, and so he'll earn a free base. He'll head down to first, and Bobo Barnes, the shortstop, is going to step in now. He's actually mid-conference over here with the coach. He's having a conversation as Wilson seems to be okay. He'll head down after a hit by pitch. Miss Bourgeois, which is Parker's grandma, is listening in. Glad to hear from you. I said Justin Stockstill's. I want to separate this. Justin Stockstill's in West Texas. Jeff Stockstill's in Eastern Shore of Alabama. Appreciate you guys listening in. All right, so we had a conference at the plate. Landon Watts walked out, had a conversation with Brady. Got Romarian Wilson down at first, one out. Shortstop Bobo Barnes is going to step in now for Hattiesburg. Hits from the right side. He'll be facing the lefty, Brady Robertson. Robertson looks over at Wilson, gets his sign. Here's the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. 1-0. As I said, good crowd tonight. We'll try to get our cameraman, Kevin Weiss. We appreciate his work. Try to get him to get a spot of the camera in to the crowd in tonight. That's going to be hit sharply to third. Cooper's going to flip it over to second. And Jamie's going to flip it over to first. And that'll be a 5-4-3 double play. I didn't think they had any way in the world to complete turning that double play, but Jamie did a fantastic turn, and Morgan had to dig it out of the dirt over at first. But we end the inning on a 5-4-3 double play. That's what we want to do. Keep these guys off the base path as much as possible. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The gym at Picayune.
Locally owned and operated, First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune would like to say a huge thank you to their loyal customers. Both locations, Highway 11 North just past Coast Electric and on Highway 43 South just a quarter mile east of I-59 at Exit 4, now have new hours. 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sundays at the Highway 43 location. Get the early bird special Monday through Thursday. Remember, when it comes to your vehicle's shine, First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune will have you saying, if it doesn't shine, it ain't mine.
We're here to Smoky Harrington Field on the campus of Hattiesburg High School. We're headed into the top of the second. Picayune has a 1-0 lead. They took advantage of a couple of miscues by the Hattiesburg defense in the first inning. And a walk. Scored a run. Left 2 on. Brady Robinson's going to lead it off here for the Tide. See if he can help himself. The umpire took his mask off. Actually had a walk around the plate. Not sure what he was looking at, but he seems to be satisfied. Everybody resets. Here's the first pitch from Davis to Robertson. That's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, the place for all your banking needs. Ms. Susan Wilson and her staff are ready to service you at the North Picayune branch on Cooper Road, just off of exit 6. Stop by and see Ms. Susan for a loan. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Brady. Davis seems to throw a lot of strikes. He's a big right-handed sidewinder. He throws the ball fairly well, but at an odd angle, especially for right-handers. That one was up high. Hattiesburg crowd doesn't like it, but I think it was up high. So it's 1-2 now. That one's outside, 2-2. But Brady's worked his way back from an 0-2 count. Now to 2-2. Davis comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be strike 3. Looked to be a little off the plate. The umpire said it was close enough. So down goes Brady, and that'll bring up Landon Franklin. Landon, the designated hitter tonight for the Tide, as he has been for the past 6 or 7 weeks, about 3/4 of the way through the season. He'll step in against Davis, righty on righty. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 1-0. A little excitement in the air tonight after a thrilling late-night win by the Tide last night. This is do or die for Hattiesburg. Swing and a miss there by Frank, be 1-1. Do or die for Hattiesburg. And Picayune does not want to go to a game 3 if we can possibly stop it. So we really would like to finish this thing tonight. Another swing and a miss there by Frank, 1-2. Picayune had to burn through some pitching, as did both teams, playing almost another complete game, 12 innings. So that could be key in a 3-game series you got to play in 4 days. Frank's going to swing and miss at a big curveball. He'll go down with a K. So Davis has retired both Robertson and Franklin on strikeouts. That'll bring up Justin Stockstill now. Jay Stock, the left fielder for the Tide. Hits from the left side. Has a pretty hot bat the past few weeks. Here's the first pitch from Davis. That one's going to be inside. Almost hit him, 1-0. Hattiesburg crowd is growing and growing. Every time I look up, they seem to be moving in and out. Got a nice crowd growing over there. Stockstill's going to swing at one down low. Probably 1-1 now. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the second. That's going to be fouled off the front of the Maroon Tide dugout. Thank goodness for screens, or that would have been chaos as it rattled around inside the third base dugout, which is the Tides. So here's the 1-2 from Davis to Stockstill. Fouled it off. Stockstill got just enough to stay alive. So the count will remain 1-2. The Tide left fielder. Davis will come set and deliver the 1-2. Parker Helton's on deck if we get there. That one's going to be outside, 2-2. Don't know the final score, but I believe Carrier won. Carrier boys, PRC boys. That's going to be ball 3-2. Hattiesburg really wanted that call, but it was inside, so 3-2 now. PRC boys won, so they're set up to host the next round next week. Picayune girls were defeated by Carrier girls today. That's going to be a walk by Stockstill as the ball's up and out. So good job of him at working the count. He got down 1-2. Then was able to battle back on a couple of close pitches. Parker Helton will step in now. So just to finish that thought, we'll set up a game 3 on the softball side. Picayune versus Carrier back at Carrier on Monday night, weather permitting. Here's Petey. He'll step in with a runner on. That's Stockstill, 2 outs here in the top of the second. There's a throw over to Stockstill, but he's back easily. Parker grounded out in the first. He's going to foul that one off, so the count will go 0-1 to Petey. Davis is going to reset. Justin Stockstill takes his lead at first. Helton's ready at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to Helton as he swings over the top of a breaking pitch. So officially, both of those plays in the first inning were scored hits, not errors. That one's going to be inside to Helton. Very close pitch. Good eye by Parker. Be 1-2. So both of those that I called errors, so I will stand corrected. They were scored on the scoreboard as hits. And the official score, Timmy Kraft, scored them as hits 2. That one's going to bounce off the plate. That'll be ball 2, but it kicks back and allows Jay Stock to get down to second. Kicks all the way back to the backstop. So 2-2 to Petey. Stockstill's now at second. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Tide leads this one 1-0. Stockstill takes his lead. Nobody holding him on. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Good pitch on the inside corner. Parker will go down looking. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Tide still leads this one. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could hurt. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Jason Pygott has offices in Picayune. Make sure you have the right coverage. Give the Pygott Agency a call today. 601-798-7005.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Join the crispy chicken craze with Sonic's all-new crispy tender wraps and hickory barbecue and cheesy baja. Stop by and enjoy each for only $1.99. Sonic's crispy tender wraps include all white meat, melted shredded cheddar cheese, and lettuce. The hickory barbecue has additional hickory sauce, and the cheesy baja has an added zesty cheese sauce, and both are wrapped in a warm tortilla. Try one today at Sonic Drive-In on Highway 11 North in Picayune. Go ahead, push that red button for happy eating at its best.
We're back here in Hattiesburg on the campus of Hattisburg High School. Picayune leads this contest 1-0. Headed into the bottom of the second inning. Tide got a couple of hits in the first, and they were able to score a run, left a couple on. They go quietly in the second. Here comes Hattiesburg here in their half of the second. Tyler Weatherspoon's going to lead it off for Hattiesburg. He'll take the first pitch up high. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, where they always put you first. Stop by the South Branch and see Miss Tracy Acker on Memorial Boulevard for all your banking needs. Weatherspoon's going to lift that one out to shortstop. Kyler King will take a step back and record the out. So 2 pitches, 1 out. And that's the way we want to do it here against these guys. They can motor, keep them off the base pass. Miles Prince is going to hit now for Hattiesburg, and he's going to hit the ball back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Prince, I'm going to double check this. I do believe he is the freshman that came in and got the 2-run single last night that tied the ball game up in the 7th and allowed the Hattiesburg Tigers to hang around for another 5 innings. DJ Johnson's going to step in now, the third baseman. He'll hit Prince down at first. 1 out. Take the first pitch outside for a ball. Johnson's a good-looking kid. I think I said it last night. He looks like a linebacker or a defensive end. Big kid. That was going to get past Watts. It was up high. Watts couldn't squeeze it up, and that allowed Prince to go down to second. So now Hattiesburg has a runner in scoring position. 1 out. Johnson at the plate. Brady comes set, takes a look over at Prince. That one's going to be hit off the end of the bat, right at King. King will look Prince back, throw it to first, and record the out. That one was just a nubber to Kyler. It was right towards second base. So Prince had nowhere to go but just stand on the bag. King makes a throw across to first. He'll record the second out of the inning. Quentin Rubin now playing right field tonight. He will step in for the Tigers. Got 2 outs and a man on second. We are in the bottom of the second. Tide leads 1-0. Here's the first pitch. Outside. Nope. Called strike. I have a little bit of a weird angle. I'm sitting offset from behind first, so sometimes I will probably miscall those if I do it quickly, and I did on that one. 0-1. That one's up and out. 1-1. Both crowds are already in the game early. Knows this is a very, very important ball game for both. Live or die for Hattiesburg, and Picayune wants to try to eliminate these guys tonight. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be hit on the ground to Kraft. Kraft will drop down onto one knee, pick it up, step on first, and record the third out of the inning. So we're headed to the top of the third. Picayune leads this one 1-0. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
When you wake up with an aching back or sore neck, Dr. Debbie Moore with Moore Chiropractic Clinic suggests you consider making simple changes in your sleeping position to alleviate unnecessary strain on your body. According to the American Chiropractic Association and Dr. Debbie Moore, it's best to sleep on your back or side because laying on your back or side allows your head, neck, and spine to relax into their natural alignment. This will help you wake up pain-free and feeling rejuvenated. Moore Chiropractic Clinic. We've got your back.
Pearl River Community College has been providing a quality education to the people of South Mississippi and beyond for the past 110 years. If you or a family member is an alumnus of this great institution, we invite you to support future PRCC students through the PRCC Foundation Scholarship Program. Honor or memorialize a loved one or identify your support for the college by creating a scholarship through the PRCC Foundation with your tax-deductible financial gift. Call Delana Harris with the PRCC Foundation office at 601-403-1191 and make a financial investment in a young person's future at Pearl River Community College.
We're back here heading into the top of the third. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, where the customer's always first. Go by and see Chantel Thady, the West Canal branch, for all your banking needs. Kyler King's going to step in here. He's 1 for 1 and scored a run in the first. Mr. Cliff Diamond texted in. Appreciate you helping me correct my video setup. Mr. Diamond. King's going to take that one inside, or actually on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Sometimes I make mistakes, and I need people like Cliff in my life to help me. Don't know what I'd do without your brother. Swing and a foul tip from King, so he's quickly down 0-2. We're in the top of the third, as I said. Picayune is leading this one 1-0. They scored one in the first. Went quietly in the second. King's going to hit that one hard, but right at the left fielder. Can't hit it much harder than that, but you hit it right at the guy. He didn't have to move a whole lot, but maybe take one step to his left. He does, and records the first out, he being John Tarvin. So that's going to bring up Jamie Lumpkin now. He's going to hit one to Polk at second. Polk will pick it up, flip it over to first, and record the second out of the inning. We've already said that Polk can play second. Let's pick on someone else because he can play pretty good defense. And he leads Hattiesburg in all offensive categories. So let's try somebody else. Not the second baseman. Picayune hit him a couple of dozen, it seemed like, last night, and he didn't make a mistake. Morgan Kraft's going to step in. He's singled in the first. Drove in the run for the Tide. Let's see what he could do here. Nobody out, two outs and nobody on. That one's going to be right down the middle, 0-1 now to Kraft. They have a gun up on their radar, or on their scoreboard. He says Davis is throwing about 85, 83. It's going to be in there for a strike, 0-2. My make-believe gun with my finger says that's probably pretty close on maybe a mile-an-hour high or so. Swing and a miss by Kraft, and the Tide goes quietly once again in the third. As Davis is not throwing the ball overly hard, but much like last night, we're struggling to find some barrels. King did hit one, but hit it right at a guy. We'll see what we can do coming up here in the next inning, but we're headed to the bottom of the third. Tide still leads this one 1-0.
Pit Lane Oil Change in Picayune is your personal pit crew. When you need an oil change, take it to the professionals who will make sure your oil change is done right with quality oils from Pennzoil, Castrol, Mobil 1, and Rotella by Shell. At Pit Lane Oil Change, it's not just an oil change. We inspect under the hood to make sure all your fluid levels are where they should be, and those belts are in good working order. Our Pit Lane crew ensures those air filters are not clogged up and hurting your engine's performance. We will also vacuum the inside of your vehicle. At Pit Lane Oil Change, our crew also inspects your wipers, all your bulbs to make sure those brake lights and turn lights are working correctly, and we put all your tires at the right pressure. Why just get an oil change when your vehicle can get the pampered professional service that only the Pit Lane Oil Change crew can deliver? We're at 401 Highway 11 North, just 3 blocks north of East Canal, right by the railroad tracks. No need for an appointment, but if you are on a schedule, call us at 601-798-0017. Pit Lane Oil Change, your personal pit crew.
Tommy Upton back here at the Smoke. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Chancey Parham, the catcher, is going to lead it off for Hattiesburg. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune. Our hometown means the best service around with 4 locations in Picayune to serve you. Swing and a miss by Parham. Left-handed hitting catcher for Hattiesburg. Tide leads at 1-0 if you're just joining us. They scored 1 on a couple of hits in the first. Breaking pitch is going to miss outside. 1-1 now. Change up. That'll be outside. 2-1. Brady Robinson on the bump for the Tide. That was going to be hit hard, but right at Jamie, but it ate him up. Hopped over a backhanded attempt. Jamie tried to slide into it and backhanded, and the ball kicked up, went over his glove, and that has to be ruled an error. And so that'll bring up number 12, which is John Tarvin. So he'll hit now with nobody out. Parham down at first. Leadoff hitter Joe Polk's on deck. Robinson's going to throw over to first. Got a courtesy runner, number 26 for the catcher. That's Jacob Polk. He's back easily. This is a place where Hattiesburg loves to hit and run. Cooper Moreau's way in at third, squares the bunt. Watts is going to throw down to first on a snap throw and almost got him out. So they squared the bunt, pulled it back, so that's 1-0 on the batter. The runner at first was leaning. Watts wisely threw down. Good tag applied by Kraft. It was bang bang. Umpire says he's safe. So here's square to bunt. Pick it back. This time the runner is charging back into first. And now he's going to try to get to second on an overthrow. And we're going to throw it over again. So the throw from Watts to Robertson, kicked off of Robertson's glove, goes into center field, gets by both Collar King and Jamie, goes all the way into center field. The runner, the courtesy runner, Polk, wisely sees that, gets down to second. The throw from Parker Helton back into Robertson gets over his glove again, but this time Polk decides to stay put at second. That's what all the excitement's about. So now, without the benefit of a bunt and getting an out, Hattiesburg's moved that runner into scoring position and got a 2-0 count. See what they do here. If they still try to bunt him to third or try to do something else. He's going to take a strike. He did not square. 2-1. See if that is a harmful miscue. All miscues are harmful. Let's see how bad it hurts. Put that leadoff runner in scoring position with nobody out. And didn't have to give up an out to do it. Now he'll square. He will bunt it down to first. Kraft's going to tag him out going down the line. So that'll be a sack bunt because the runner does go over to third. That was a good job of bunting there by Tarvin. And that'll move Polk down to third. So now Joe Polk will step in. I am assuming that's his brother at third, Jacob. Polk is leading in, as I said, just about every offensive category for them. Was hitting about .439 last night coming into the game. He'll step in here, right-hander. He'll take a breaking pitch and deposit it down the left field line on a laser. That'll score a run and tie the ball game. He'll get to second at least on a double. So Polk takes a breaking pitch and hits a missile down the line. Cooper gave it a wag as it went by, but no way he could do anything with it. Goes all the way into the corner. Polk standing on second with a stand-up double. And the Tide has now found themselves once again in a tie ball game. Marion Wilson will step in now. We knew this guy could hit, and we knew it was just a matter of time before he breaks loose. Unfortunately, it was after a miscue by the Tide. So we got a ball game again, 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. One out, runner at second. Here's the first pitch from Robertson to Wilson. That one's going to be up and out for a ball, 1-0. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 2-0. Robertson comes set, takes a look at Polk at second. Here's this pitch. That one's going to be hit hard, but foul down the first base line, so 2-1. Bobo Wilson, the shortstop, will be the next batter. He's standing in the on-deck circle. We got one out here in the bottom of the third, tie ball game. Hattiesburg scored one, still threatening with a runner in scoring position. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be swung on and missed, 2-2. Wilson got fooled on a breaking pitch way out in front. So we'll see if Brady can key in here and retire the Hattiesburg first baseman. Hits from the left side, lefty on lefty here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, no go, 3-2. Not a bad pitch, just couldn't get Wilson to swing. Got fooled him once, couldn't fool him the second time. See what Brady has to do now, 3-2. Not sure who called for time, but the umpire signal time. Everybody steps out, resets, and we'll do it again here. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch to Wilson. That one's going to be way high, ball 4. So now what we want to do, start issuing some free passes. That runner's at first and second now. Wilson swung at a couple of bad pitches and then laid off of good pitches. That's going to draw a conversation or a visit from Coach T. Coach Whitten's going to run out and have a conversation with his senior hurler. That'll give us a chance to take care of a couple things. We appreciate you listening. Appreciate you watching if you're doing that. Appreciate the All-State Pygate Agency for sponsoring our video feed tonight. We appreciate Mr. Kevin Weiss for running the video for us. If I mess it up, it's me, not him. He's running the man video. We also have a couple of fixed videos that sometime I forget to switch back. And then people like Cliff remind me that I forgot to switch it back to the manned video. So if I do that, text me and remind me. Sometimes I push the wrong button. Sometimes I forget to push the button. I got a lot of buttons up here to push. But we enjoy doing this and appreciate you guys tuning in. I always love to hear from you. So if you're listening, text me and let me know, 590-5950. Bobo Barnes is going to step in now after the visit by Coach Whitten. Got 2 on, first and second, 1 out. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the third. First pitch is going to be down low, 1-0. Barnes hits from the right side. He is a senior. That pitch is going to be down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Now to the shortstop. Brady takes a look at second. He's going to deliver the pitch. Cooper's going to pick it up and tag the runner out going to third. That's the only play that he had, so we'll call that a fielder's choice. It was hit sharply right at Cooper. He was off the bag. He had to go to his left. The only play he had was to step into the baseline and tag the runner coming from second. He does. Not at all, because he had to wait on the runner to get there. He was not able to make any other play, so no chance for a double play. But we do record the second out, so that'll bring up Witherspoon now. Witherspoon was involved in that contact at second base last night. And I'm thinking about the ninth inning that ended up with Kyler with a cut hand. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Don't think it was intentional at all. The way Kyler fell, he actually just kind of fell on the kid's cleat and cut his hand, but he was the slider into second. It was swing and a miss, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. So quickly, Witherspoon is going to go down 0-2. He's the center fielder for Hattiesburg. Big out here. Got runners at first and second. Tide already given up 1 to tie the ball game. Let's see if we can get out of this with only 1. Leave a couple stranded. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Up high. Witherspoon does not chase, so 1-2. Not a bad pitch by Brady. See if we can nibble a little bit here. We are ahead 1-2. Witherspoon's a good hitter. Takes a look at the runner at second. Delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's what we needed, a strikeout right there. So a big punch out by Brady. The Tide does give up one, but they strand two. We're heading to the top of the fourth. We got a tie ball game. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Get back in the game with Dodd Therapy Center. Jamison Dodd has the specialties and experience to get your athlete back in the game, including indoor turf, Hyvamat, blood flow restriction, trigger point dry needling, and much more. Dr. Dodd and Dodd Therapy Center is also specializing in treating Parkinson's disease and other neurological disorders. Give Dodd Therapy Center a call at 769-242-2636 or visit us at 405 Memorial Boulevard in Picayune and get back in the game.
Hey neighbors, it's that time of year again. It's springtime. Make that short drive to Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune. You'll be glad you did. Pawpaw's has a nice selection of new and used trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. Please go to our website, pawpawsniceprice.com, and see multiple pictures of our entire inventory. Pawpaw's Campers, having fun, selling fun.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
We're already headed into the top of the fourth. This game's been going by pretty fast. Got a tie ball game if you're just joining us. Picayune scored one in the first. Hattiesburg scored one in their half of the third. But the Tide were able to strand two for them. So we got a tie ball game. Cooper Rose going to lead off here in the fourth for the Tide, where the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune. Checking, savings, loans, mortgages. If you need it, they got it. F&B Picayune, your hometown bank. Cooper's going to take the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Here's a pitch from Davis. Outside for a ball, 2-0 to Coop. Coop's 0 for 1 officially. Reached on an error. That one's going to be down the middle, 2-1 now. To the left-handed hitted third baseman, junior, PRCC commit. One of the things I notice about Hattiesburg is I don't want to call it quick pitching, but it's pretty close to quick pitching, is they want to get ready and start the windup as soon as your back foot hits the ground. That Davis tried it there, and Cooper wisely asked for time. One particular pitcher last night did that quite a bit, and in my opinion was balking quite often. So let's see if that plays a fact. Cooper hits one on the nose, but right at the third baseman, Johnson, who reaches up and stabs it out of the air. He'll record the first out of the inning. Can't hit it much harder, but you got to hit it where they ain't, not where they is. And Johnson was standing right in the right spot as he just reached up and takes it out of the air. Landon Watts will step in now for the Tide. He's 0 for 1 officially, and he takes the first pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Watts the catcher, and it was also the winning pitcher last night in the 12-inning affair. He's going to dribble one over the top of the mound. Tough play for Polk. He can't get there as Watts is going to get an infield single. Not a very hard hit ball. Watts topped it, but he got it over the pitcher, which is important and hard to do because Davis is a tall kid, but he got it over, and then just like a sandwich, it died right behind the pitcher's mound. Polk came in and gave it all he could, but just couldn't get there in time. So now with him at first, actually we got a courtesy runner. I didn't get his number. I think that's Bird, but let me look here in just a second. See who that is. I'll give you his number. Brady Robinson, the pitcher's going to step in now. 1 out, 1 on. No, that's Brunson Stockstill first. So Brunson is the courtesy runner. Brady Robinson's a batter. Davis is going to throw over. Brunson's back easily. I said Davis is a very tall, I would say 6'2", 6'3", maybe. Lanky right-hander, throws 3/4. Brady's going to hit that one high out into center field, but I believe it's playable. Center fielder will move over and make the play. Brunson's unable to go anywhere. The ball was hit too shallowly for anybody to move up. So now we got 2 outs. Landon Franklin will step in. Stockstill still down at first. Brady just kind of looped that one into shallow left center field. Not deep enough, though, for Weatherspoon to not be able to get to it. First pitch to Frank's going to be out for a ball, 1-0. He takes a look down at Brunson, but nothing happening there. That one's going to be on the inside corner, 1-1 now to Frank. Frank didn't look comfortable, quite honestly, as his first at bat against this right-hander. Throws from a three-quarter arm slot. Not quite submarine, but pretty close. Swung a couple of bad pitches. You generally don't see him look uncomfortable, but he looked uncomfortable there. Let's see if he can settle in this second time around. He's found himself in a 1-1 count. That one's going to hit hard, but I believe it's right at the right fielder, and it is. So the Tide will strand one. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Abby Turnage, lead mammography technologist, Highland Community Hospital.
Mammograms are important because they help us do early detection. A mammogram is never going to keep you from getting breast cancer, but early detection is what is going to make you have your best possible outcome. We want you to get your mammogram as early as possible, and you should have those yearly beginning at age 40.
Highland Community Hospital, here when you need us most.
Dr. Lori Blackmer and Dr. Mark Hutto at Picayune Eye Clinic are experienced optometrists who are passionate about your vision care. Picayune Eye Clinic will cater to all of your vision needs, answer any eye care questions you may have, and supply you with the most up-to-date optometric information and fashion eyewear and frames in order to keep your eyes clear and healthy. They've been providing complete eye care for over 30 years. The clinic is at 908 6th Avenue in Picayune. Give Picayune Eye Clinic a call today at 601-798-4182 and begin to see things more clearly.
Brady Robertson back out there for his fourth inning of work, where the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune. Come by the main branch and see Sheila Cooper or Linda Penton. Hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. So far, Brady, let me give you his line. He's thrown 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout for the senior left-hander. Miles Prince, the DH, freshman, going to step in. He was the hero last night for Hattiesburg as he had a 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th to tie the ball game. First pitch to him is going to be hit on the ground to the first baseman, Kraft. Kraft will pick it up, step on first. That'll be 1 pitch, 1 out. DJ Johnson now step in. Johnson plays over at third. Officially, he's 0 for 1 on the night. If you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the 4th. Got a tie ball game at 1. Picayune scored 1 in the first. Hattiesburg scored 1 in the third. Both teams have stranded quite a few runners. Here's the first pitch to Johnson. He's going to hit it on the ground to Cooper. Cooper makes a dive and catch, picks it up, throws it across the diamond. Good play there by Coop. Coop made a good play. He had to dive to his left, knock the ball down, and then gather himself, get up on his feet, set his feet, make a good strong throw across the diamond, and he does all of that. Recorded second out of the inning. It's Quentin Rubin now, the right fielder, will step in. He's 0 for 1 on the night also. He'll hit with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 4th. That one's going to be right down the middle, 0-1. That one's going to be fouled off now by Quentin, 0-2. Two teams will do it again on Monday if necessary. Both, well, Hattiesburg hopes it's necessary. Picayune hopes it is not, obviously. But if necessary, we'll be back at the Kirk, 7 o'clock Monday night. Winner will take on Pearl River Central, who defeated West Harrison today, swept the series. That one's going to be outside, 1-2. First game of that series will be at Pearl River Central on Friday night. Here's the 1-2 to Rubin. He's going to, pop one down the third base line. King goes over and makes the play. That ball was in foul territory. King had a long way to run. But that's no hill for a stepper as the Tide flashes a little bit of leather here in the fourth. We're headed to the top of the fifth. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Jason Pygott has offices in Picayune. Make sure you have the right coverage. Give the Pygott Agency a call today. 601-798-7005.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune on Highway 11 North, just past Coast Electric, and on Highway 43 South, just a quarter-mile east of I-59 at Exit 4, now has new hours, 7:30 a.m. till 7 p.m., and from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. on Sundays at the Highway 43 location. Get an early bird special Monday through Thursday and choose from a variety of wash packages. Get a monthly wash club starting as low as $20.99. Ask about their gift cards. Why do it yourself when you can let First Place Express Car Wash do it for you? If it doesn't shine, it ain't mine.
Justin Stocksel's going to lead it off here for the Tide in the top of the fifth inning, where the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune. Come by the main branch and see one of our friendly loan officers, Keith Robinson, Judy Lowry, Audrey Spears, David Levy, Christina Ladner, Amy Kirkland, Julie Jackson, and Colin Thompson. Hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. Here's the first pitch from Davis. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. We'll have a Paul's Pastry Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question after this half inning. We'll have a Sonic player of the game after the game. 1-1 now as Justin takes a strike on the outside corner. That one's outside. 2-1 now to J-Stop. Big crowd tonight on both sides. Hattiesburg was a little bit late arriving. They've actually filled in most of the reserve seating and quite a bit of the general admission. That ball's inside, 3-1 to Justin. Picayune is pretty much filled up the visitor side of the general admission. Quite a few parents and fans are down along the fence sitting in chairs. Hattiesburg also has a bunch of chairs right behind home plate. It is bring your own chair. It's not reserved. I don't think so. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 3-2. Big game, the first round of the playoffs. As I said, the winner will take on Pearl River Central, who defeated West Harrison in 2 games yesterday and today. That one's going to be hit on the ground back to the pitcher. Davis will pick it up, flip it over to the first baseman, Wilson, and record the first out of the inning. So just a chopper back to the mound. Davis fields his position, takes a couple of lopes over towards first, underhands it to Wilson. Now that will retire Stockstill, and it will bring up Parker Helton. PD on the night is 0 for 2. Has a strikeout and a ground out. That one's going to be up high for a ball. 1-0. Need to get him going. He hasn't been on base a lot the last 2 games. He is a key spark that we need to get on base. That was going to be an swing to first base. Could be trouble. First baseman has to come off the bag. Makes the play, flips it over to Davis, who covers first base, and they will retire Parker. That's good defense there. Parker did everything he could do to get down the line. He is fast. A good job there by Wilson, and good job by Davis covering the position. So 0-2. Petey didn't have a good swing. He tried to stop his swing as he kind of checked it, got it into fair territory, and Wilson and Davis teamed up for the second out. Kyler King will step in now. He is officially 1 for 2. He'll take the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. King will request and receive time. He'll step out. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 0-2 now pretty quickly to King. As I said, he's 1 for 2. Scored the only run of the game for the Tide. foul that one off, so the count will remain 0-2. Oh, 2 out pitch to King from Davis. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-2. Tide looking to put this one away. Not have to deal with these guys on Monday night. King gets fooled on a pitch. Swing and a miss. He'll go down swinging. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball. We still got a tie ball game on WRJW.
At Sonic Drive-In of Picayune, Tuesday after 5 p.m. till close is family night with half-off cheeseburgers. Sonic Drive knows how hard it is sometimes to feed your whole family, and we want to give you a break on Tuesday nights. Half-price cheeseburgers. It's how Sonic Drive-In helps you feed your family. Remember that Sonic Drive-In of Picayune on Highway 11 just north of Highway 43 North is happy eating at its best. Tuesday's family night with half-price cheeseburgers. That's what you get at Sonic Drive-In of Picayune.
We're back here at the Smoke, where we're heading into the bottom of the fifth, and that means Sonic Trivia time. Let me get my question back up here. If you know the answer, text it to 601-590-5950, 601-590-5950, 590-5950. I need your name and your answer so I know how to give credit to you. What four modern MLB clubs were originally in the American Association? What 4 MLB clubs were in the American Association? Tell me all 4 names. 601-590-5950. Chauncey Parham, the catcher, is going to lead it off here in the bottom of the fifth. It's a tie ball game. What 4 MLB clubs were first in the American Association? That was going to be hit on the ground to Lumpkin. He will pick it up and throw it over the head of Kraft. Parham will round the base, and Watts wisely is backing up, picks up the overthrow from Lumpkin, throws it to Kraft, and they tag him out. So that'll be reached on an error. Then there'll be a 2-3 put out. So Jamie will get charged with an error, and then there'll be a put out from Watts to Lumpkin. To Kraft. So now that'll bring up John Tarvin here. He'll take the first pitch in there for a strike. So Jamie had to rush in, just overthrew the ball. Parham saw the overthrow, makes a big wide turn. Watts is doing his job. He backs up the throw, picks it up off the fence, throws it back to Kraft, who applies the tag of Parham, trying to dive back in. We got one out. That was going to be fouled off by Tarvin. We have a 1-2 count. Have some answers, or have some folks try. I'll take a look at your answers in a few seconds. Paul Spacer Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question. What 4 major league teams were first in the American Association? That was going to be just outside 2-2. What 4 modern MLB clubs were originally in the American Association? That was going to be hit on the ground to King. King will pick it up, throw across the diamond to Kraft. We got the second out of the inning. Good glove work there by King. You're unaware he's playing with a cut hand. See how much that affects him so far. He seems to be swinging the bat okay, and he seems to be playing good defense. So that'll flip back over to the top of the order. Joe Polk will hit now for Hattiesburg. He leads in just about every category. He drove in a run, the only run for Hattiesburg last time at bat. That one's going to be outside for a ball. I believe I have a winner, but I don't have your name. So if you text me, and I don't know who you is, you need to tell me who you is. That I'm going to be down low for a ball, 2-0. If you got a 985 number, you text me, tell me your name. I think you're the winner. I'll look at it in a second when we get a break. 2-0 here. To Polk. That one's going to be in the inside corner. Good pitch there by Brady, 2-1. Polk didn't like it. That was a good pitch. 2-1, 2 outs. That one's going to be up high, 3-1 to Polk. Guy can run too. Not only is he the offensive leader and plays defense very well at second base, he can run. Let's keep him off the base path here, especially with 2 outs. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That one's going to be hit on the ground to Kraft. Should be playable. He'll pick it up, get across to first, step on the bag, and we've got an out. So 1-2-3 goes Hattiesburg. A little bit of defense played there by Picayune. I'll take one spot, and I'll come back and give you the answer to the Paul's Pastry Shop trivia question. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
We got your bag, hey. Back pains and injuries, Dr. Moore understands. No more pain, no more hurting. She just uses her hands. She got the #1 clinic that I recommend. She has a lovely crew too, and they'll fit you right up. So call Dr. Moore when that pain gets rough. Cause we got your back, hey, we got your back. We got your back, hey, we got your back. We got your back, hey, we got your back. More Chiropractic Clinic, located at 6682 Highway 11 North. Suite 103, Carrier, Mississippi, 39426. We got your back, hey.
Well, I think that one was Googleable because I had about 5 people text me all within a few seconds. Several of you had the right answer, but Miss Bourgeois, Margaret Bourgeois, who is Parker's grandmother, she actually was the first one by mere seconds. The Reds, the Pirates, the Cardinals, and the Dodgers was the answer. Several of you got it. I think, let's see, Karen Dawsey got it. Corey Dorn got it. I think Doyle Ash got it, if I remember right. So several of you guys got it. Miss Bourgeois was the first one. Thank you for playing. We'll talk more about that in a second. So here we go in the top of the 6th. Jamie Lumpkin's going to lead it off. Jamie's 0 for 2 on a couple of ground outs. Davis is still in there pitching for Hattiesburg. His first pitch is going to be in there for a strike. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune. Hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. We got a 1-1 ball game here in a pivotal game 2 of a best-of-3 series. Picayune looking to take the sweep. Hattiesburg trying to extend it to a third game back at the Kirk on Monday. That one's outside 1-1. Davis so far is through 5 innings plus, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 base on balls, and 6 strikeouts. Pretty good performance by the right-hander. That one's going to be outside 2-1 to Jamie. Davis is a senior. Jamie's going to ask for time and step out. I'm actually sitting out in the stands under the canopy, and it is now dark, and I'm going to have trouble reading my papers. There's no telling what I may call or say, but just go with me. That one's on the inside part of the plate, 1-2. I need to be smart like Carrie and bring a lantern, or lamp, I should say. I did not bring one, so I'll try to light my flashlight. Jamie is fooled on a 1-2 pitch. He goes down swinging. He's now 0 for 3 on the night as he's struggling. That'll bring up Morgan Kraft. Kraft's been swinging the bat very well the last 2 days. He's 1 for 2 officially. Drove in the only run of the game. He also struck out once. He'll hit with nobody on and 1 out in the top of the 6th. That one's going to hit him on the thigh. So that'll be a hit by pitch. Kraft will get down the first. And that'll bring to the plate Cooper Moreau. Cooper Moreau hit a bullet last time, but right at someone. Didn't get credit for a hit. See if we can straighten something out here. He's 0 for 2 officially. But I believe he's seen the ball well. A couple of good swings, just not a whole lot to show for it. Kraft will stand out at first after he got hit in the leg. 1 out. 1-1 game. Cooper hits one hard but foul. So he'll start the count 0-1. If you missed it last night, you missed it. Tide wins a thriller 4-3 in 12 innings. So it's game 2 officially, but feels like game 3 in the amount of innings that we played. Here's the 0-1. Cooper's going to foul that one the other way, off the left side, out of play. He'll be down in the hole quickly, 0-2 to Davis. Very surprised at the crowd tonight. I didn't know how many folks would travel on a Saturday night up to the Smoke, but it is a very well-attended crowd, and it looks like we got a few people listening too, so we appreciate you listening and watching and supporting the Maroon Tide. Here's the 0-2. Davis is actually going to step off, throw over to first. He'll run Kraft back. Keep him safe over there. He knows that blazing speed of Morgan. I'm saying that tongue-in-cheek. Morgan does a lot of things. Running is not a lot of things well, but running is not one of them. But I'm glad he can swing the bat and kick a football. That one's going to be down low, close pitch. Hattiesburg wanted it, but it was low, 1-2. But I would like to see Morgan get stretched out. If Cooper can get one in the corner, Morgan can get going. Let's see if we can make it happen. Here's a 1-2. That's going to be inside, 2-2, almost hitting. 2-2 pitch. Davis comes set, takes a look over at Kraft. That one's going to be lifted out into right field, but I think it's going to be just a long out. Right fielder's going to move over to his left, and he will make the play. Cooper hit it pretty well, but the right fielder, who's Quentin Rubin, he slides over to his right into right center field. He makes the second out. That'll bring up the catcher, winning pitcher from last night, Landon Watts. He'll hit now with 2 outs. Kraft still stands down at first. Watts is 1 for 2 officially. He'll foul that one off. 1-2 or 0-1 to start his at bat. I will have a Sonic player of the game at the conclusion of tonight's game. That one's going to hit Watts. Going to hit him in the upper arm. And he'll head down to first. So 2 hit by pitches here in this inning by Davis. Brunson Stocks will be the courtesy runner. He'll swap out with Watts, the catcher. The catcher for Hattiesburg, Parham, is going to try it out and have a conversation with his pitcher, Davis. And also we'll have a offensive discussion here with Brady. It looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Morgan. It's going to be Ian Herron. He'll go out to second. So now that Morgan's moved into scoring position, sometimes this happens. Talked about it last night, where take advantage of a little bit of speed. Now that Morgan has moved into scoring position, you can do that one time. You can remove a player, substitute him, and put him back in. You do it the second time, he must stay out. But often you'll see Coach Evan do this when he wants a little bit more speed on the base pass and get into a key situation. So we got 2 outs and Brady up. Ian Herron will now be at first. At second. Brunson Stocks will be at first. Here's a pitch to Brady. Brady's going to hit that one out into left center field. Ian's going to round third. He'll come home, no throw. Brunson's going to go first to third, and he'll stand at third. Brady Robertson helps himself with a run-scoring single after the 2 hit by pitches. And the Tide's cooking now. They got first and third, 2 outs. The designated hitter, Landon Franklin's going to step in. Ben Burr's going to go run for Brady at first. That'll be a courtesy runner, not an exchange. Brunson Stockstill stands at third after he goes first and third. Brady got an outside pitch, didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Just laced it out over the shortstop Barnes into left field. And running on contact was Herring from second. He can do that with 2 outs. Doesn't have to worry about what happens. So he scores easily. Tide will now lead this one 2-1. That's going to draw a visit from the Hattiesburg coaching staff. He'll go out and have a conversation with his infielder and with in his infield and in his pitcher, I should say. All the infield's gathered around him. Who were the 4 major league clubs originally in the American Association? The Dodgers, Pirates, Reds, and Cardinals. After the American Association folded, these clubs moved over to the National League in the 1890s, and they played there ever since. So who were the first 4 in the American Association? Dodgers, Pirates, Reds, Cardinals. American Association folded in 1890, and those teams moved over to the National League and have been there ever since. Here's the first pitch to Landon Franklin, designated hitter. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. Boy, I would love to see another run score here. You can't have too many against these guys. They got all kind of chaos, but there was time. There was time. So people want thinking of balk and all kind of stuff. But Landon called for time and he got it. Stepped out. Now we'll reset. He'll step back in here, 0-1. Runner at first is going. That's Bird. He'll still second. No throw. Franklin's going to swing and miss, so it's 0-2 to Frank. Hattiesburg wasn't necessarily worried about the runner. They'll give the free base. We'll take it. Second and third now. That one's going to be down low to land in 1-2. We'll see if we can make them pay for that easy base. A base hit here would now score 2 possibly. Brunson Stockstill stands down at third. He's a courtesy runner for Watts, who got hit by a pitch. Bird's at second. It's a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Swing and a foul tip. Landon will remain alive here. Davis has thrown 86 pitches through 5 2/3. We're in the top of the 6th. Davis comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a hit off the plate. A little roller out into front of the plate. And the catcher and the pitcher don't know what to do. Neither one of them picked up the baseball. That's going to be an infield single with an RBI for Franklin. It was just a swinging bunt, hit off the plate, just went a few feet in front of first base. The catcher and the pitcher both ran up to it, but neither one of them picked it up. They were waiting on the other one. And so while all that's happening, Brunson scores from third. Bird goes to third. And now Landon stands down at first. So we got first and third, 3-1 now, 2 outs. J Stock's going to step in here. See if we can keep this thing going. That could be a big run. We need as many insurance runs as we can get. These guys can score a few. We know that. We saw them do it last night in key situations. That one's going to be inside to J Stock, 1-0. Parker Helton, the leadoff hitter, will stand in the on-deck circle for the Tide. Big spot here for the left fielder. That one's going to be inside, 2-0 now. Officially, Stockstill is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in there on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Tide scored 1 in the first. They've scored 2 so far in the 6th. Hattiesburg scored 1 in the 3rd. That one's going to be in there for a strike to Justin. 2-2 now. A big picture. Justin's not scared to go deep and hit with 2 strikes. See what he can do. Now he's in a 2-2 count. Deuce is wild. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 men on. There goes Franklin. That's going to be hit back up the middle. Barnes is going to pick it up, throw across the diamond, and record the 3rd out of the inning. So the Tide get 2, but they also strand 2. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Get back in the game with Dodd Therapy Center. Jamison Dodd has the specialties and experience to get your athlete back in the game, including indoor turf, Hyvamat, blood flow restriction, trigger point dry needling, and much more. Dr. Dodd and Dodd Therapy Center is also specializing in treating Parkinson's disease and other neurological disorders. Give Dodd Therapy Center a call at 769-242-2636 or visit us at 405 Memorial Boulevard in Picayune and get back in the game.
Hey, friends. fans, camping's a spring thing, and spring is here. Check out this new 2024 Wildwood FSX 174BH. This travel trailer has a front queen bed, rear bunks, and only weighs 2,899 pounds. MSRP is $24,398, reduced to only $13,988. A brand new 2024 bunkhouse trailer for only $13,988. Pawpaw's Campers is not that far from where you are. Come and see us.
That's a good RV.
One lead, leading off here in the bottom of the 6th. Let me get his number. I missed his number as he walked up. I think this is Wilson, Marion Wilson. Let me double check that. First pitch is going to be down low for a ball, 1-0. Pitch is going to be outside 2-0 now. From Robertson. Here's a 2-0 pitch, now to Wilson. Just off the outside corner, 3-0 now. Brady so far has thrown 55 pitches. 31 of those have been strikes. Number 56 is a strike, 3-1. Now to the first baseman. No free passes. Your team just scored 2. We'll do everything we can to keep these guys off the bases. We certainly want to make them earn it. Here's a 3-1. That's going to be popped up out into shallow right field. It may be trouble. Right fielder is coming in, and he's going to record the first out of the inning. And I believe that is Pugh out there in right field. I think they made a change. That's Pugh out there. He'll slide in behind second base and record first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Bobo Barnes. He'll hit with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Actually, Coach Evan is going to make the long walk out to the mound. Let me make sure he's going to make a change. He had that walk of a coach that was about to make a change. We'll see what he does here. I'll hold it until he does. If you joined us late, Tide scored 1 in the first. They scored 2 here in the top of the 6th. Hattiesburg scored 1 in the 3rd. Brady's going to stay in the game. So you're now caught up. We got 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. Tide on the night. Have 5 hits, 7 strikeouts on a walk. Just 2 hits for Hattiesburg, 1 walk and 1 strikeout for Brady. Here's Barnes. He'll step in now. Nobody out, as I said. Or nobody on and 1 out. He's going to hit one down the third base line and thankfully foul. That was foul by inches, and it would have been in trouble, at least a double, because it would have went to the very corner, and Barnes can motor. So we're glad that's just a strike. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to be down low, 1-1. Lots of foul territory here. Lots of territory and fair territory, too. 0-2 as Barnes going to foul one off. Center field goes out to a big point. It's not a rounded fin. It actually extends out into a point, and I don't know how deep it is. If I had to guess, it's 500 feet to straightaway center. There's a flagpole planted in the playing field. That one's going to be hit on the ground to King. King will take it on the hop, throw it over to first, and record the second out of the inning. 1-2 goes the Tigers. Tyler Weatherspoon, center fielder, will step in. Yeah, so if the ball's hit over your head as a center fielder, you don't have the benefit of it bouncing off the wall. You got to run, go get it. And it is a long run out there to center field. So here's Weatherspoon. He'll step in. Nobody on, 2 outs. He'll take the first pitch in there for a strike. He's 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout. Brady working fast. Here's the 0-2 now. I'm sorry, 0-1, now 0-2. Swing and a miss by Weatherspoon. Brady does this when he feels it. He starts working quickly, and he wants the ball. Give it back to me, and let's go. 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Tide wanted that pitch, but Watts was set up off the outside corner. Brady hit the spot, but it was outside. 1-2 to Witherspoon. Breaking pitch, doesn't go fishing. 2-2 now to the Hattiesburg center fielder. Brady was on fire at the beginning of the season. Broke his leg in a freak accident sliding into third about 2 weeks into the season. Spent about 4 or 5 weeks on the DL. Came out, immediately started pitching, and is working his way back into shape. Looking good tonight so far, though. That one's going to be just off the outside corner. Tide wanted that one, as did Brady. He thought he caught the outside corner. Umpire says no. From our vantage point, it's hard to see. We're not in a direct line behind home plate. Look close. But the umpire says no, sir. 3-2. Witherspoon has went from 0-2 to 3-2. Brady asks for time, steps off, and gathers himself. Here's the payoff pitch to the center fielder. Strike three. Witherspoon thought it was a ball, took off running. The umpire called him out. So we're headed to the bottom of the sixth. Tide leads this one 3-1. Listen to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Forest Health wants its patients to receive the best possible care, wherever they are. Through regional medical facilities, Forest Health offers services for wound care patients in one of 4 wound healing centers, including Highland Community Hospital in Picayune, Walthall General Hospital in Tylertown, Pearl River County Hospital in Poplarville, and Forest General Hospital in Hattiesburg. At these facilities, our medical team treats the whole person, not just the wound. For more information, visit www.foresthealth.org.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The Gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The Gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The Gym at Picayune.
We're back here in the top of the seventh. I'm sorry, the bottom of the top of the seventh. I'll get it right here in a second. Top of the seventh. Picayune looking to add to their lead. They lead 3-1. First pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, where hometown means the best service around, with 4 locations in Picayune to serve you. I told you I would play victim to this not being able to see under the lights here. But I can see my iPad. It says Parker Helton's going to lead it off here. Davis still pitching for the Tigers. His first pitch is going to be outside for a ball. Somebody texted me and asked me who's in right. That's Pomez. I don't know if I answered that earlier. If I didn't, I just saw it flash on my screen. Pomez is in right field. Landon Franklin is a designated hitter hitting for him. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. I apologize if I did not. He's the one settled under that ball last inning and made the catch. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Helton. That's going to be inside 2-0. Helton is 0 for 3 on the night with a strikeout. We need to get him on base. He is a key catalyst. That one's going to be way outside. And my best Bob Euchre impression, just a bit outside by about 6 foot. 3-0 now to Petey. Davis is running up his pitch count. He is 96. There's 97. It's a strike. 3-1. Infield playing very deep. First baseman is actually in the grass in right field. That one's going to be inside on the inside corner. 3-2. Helton thought it was a little inside, but man in black says no, sir. 3-2. So here's the payoff to Petey. Swing and a miss. He'll go down swinging. Parker has struggled a bit tonight, not seeing the ball well from Davis. Just doesn't look comfortable all night long. That'll bring up King. King's 1 for 2 on the night. He scored the first run. He also has a strikeout last time at bat. Davis is a sidewinder. Throws from about 3/4 arm slot. That can be a little freaky to right-handers. His first pitch to King is going to be up and out for a ball, 1-0. I said it in the pregame. I think all sidewinders and submarines should be banned because when I was a player, I couldn't hit them. King's going to foul that one off, 1-1. So if you vote for me, Major League Rule creator, I will ban sidewinders. That's my promise. That's the platform I will run on. Second thing I would do was allow the runner to take the bat with him to first base on a strikeout. And if he can knock the first baseman off the bag, he can have it. I think it would have psyched the game up a little bit. That one's going to be right down the middle, 1-2. Not sure how we would protect the first baseman, but I think it'd bring a level of excitement we don't yet have to the game. Here's the 1-2 pitch to King. 1 out, nobody on. That's going to be behind him. 2-2. Davis is starting to miss wider and wider as he's approaching the century mark on pitches. Let's see where he is officially. He is at 103, so he's past the century mark. 120 is the limit in a high school game, if you're wondering. King's going to foul number 104 off, so the count will remain 2-2. King does have an injury on his hand, on his right hand. We'll see if that affects him. He is a relief pitcher. If he needs to come in, we'll see how that plays out. He's going to hit that one hard out into right field. It's going to get down. The center fielder is going to move over and cut it off, or that would have been extra bases. It was into right center field. Good job by Witherspoon as he moves over and keeps the ball in front of him. Our Kyler would have been off to the races as that ball would have slipped out into center field. And as I said a while ago, it's a long run out there. But he'll stand at first with a single. Jamie Lumpkin's going to stand in now. He's been another one that struggled tonight, just not looked comfortable against Davis. See if we can change it here with 1 out and King at first. That one's going to be hit at the second baseman. Polk's going to pick it up. Tag Kyler King as he goes by him. And he had to wait on King to get there to make the tag. Instead of flipping the ball over to the shortstop and turning the double play, he decides to wait on King. King runs into it but slides, which is what he's supposed to do. And Polk applies the tag to him, but all that, he was not able to complete the double play over to first. So we'll have 2 outs. And Lumpkin will now be at first as King is out on the fielder's choice. I think this is going to do it for Davis as the coach is going out and having a conversation with his big right-hander. He is at .106. Let's see what they're going to do. If they're going to make a move, we'll play a word from our sponsor. If not, we'll hold it right here. Appreciate Mr. Kevin Weiss. He's running the manned video for us tonight. We have a manned video and a couple fixed videos. We appreciate him volunteering his time and effort to come out and run this for you guys back on the YouTube stream. We'll be covering Monday night if necessary. We'll be covering the next series if the Tide were to win tonight and move on. Morgan Kraft will step in. 2 outs, runner at first. Tide leads at 3-1 here in the top of the 7th, looking for another run. That one's going to be on the outside corner, 0-1. Interesting that Hattiesburg's leaving this in the hands of Davis. 107 pitches. This is do or die for them, but they must have a lot of confidence in him, and he's pitched well so far. He's going to flip it over to first. Jamie's back. But if the Tide can hold on to this lead, that will end the season for the Tigers here in their home park. And that's exactly what we want to do, is end this thing tonight. There goes Lumpkin. He's going to second. He'll be in there with a stolen base. So Jamie will get a stolen base. That ball was up, so it's a ball. 1-1 now to Kraft. So we got Lumpkin in scoring position, which is what we want with Kraft batting. We want him to drive in runs. That's why he makes the enormous amount of money that he does as an RBI contributor. That one's going to be hit. Squibber down the third base line, 1-2. And, of course, I'm being facetious about the amount of money. I don't want somebody to text me and say, what are we paying Morgan? Here's the 1-2 to Kraft. Jamie's at second. That one's going to be outside for a ball, 2-2. Hattiesburg crowd wanted it. It's been a well-played, well-coached, well-umpired game tonight. We appreciate all of those. That one's going to be inside, 3-2. 110 on the pitch count to Davis. I don't see anybody. Well, now if they finally got, looks like somebody up down in the pen. So we'll see if they make a change here. I know they're trying to get out of this inning with 2 outs without having to burn another pitcher. That one's going to be strike 3 to Kraft. He didn't like it. He thought it was off the plate. He was about to head down to first. The umpire said it was on the outside corner. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. The Tide's got to play defense here. They're going to cling to a 3-1 lead. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a lost bee that found my way into your car. And now that I'm in here, good luck getting me out.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Jason Pygott has offices in Picayune. Make sure you have the right coverage. Give the Pygott Agency a call today. 601-798-7005.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Join the crispy chicken craze with Sonic's all-new crispy tender wraps and hickory barbecue and cheesy baja. Stop by and enjoy each for only $1.99. Sonic's crispy tender wraps include all white meat, melted shredded cheddar cheese, and lettuce. The hickory barbecue has additional hickory sauce, and the cheesy baja has an added zesty cheese sauce, and both are wrapped in a warm tortilla. Try one today at Sonic Drive-In on Highway 11 North in Picayune. Go ahead, push that red button for happy eating at its best.
We're headed to the bottom of the 7th here. Tommy Upton along with video guy Kevin Weiss. At the Smoke, Smoky Harrington Field in Hattiesburg, where Tide leads this one heading to the bottom of the 7th, 3-1. The freshman Miles Prince is going to lead it off. He was the hero for Hattiesburg last night. 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th tied the ball game, gave Hattiesburg new life, and we played 5 more before the Tide walked it off on a Kyler King single. First pitch to him is going to be up and out, ball 1. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, checking, savings, loans, mortgages. If you need it, they got it. FNB Picayune, your hometown bank. Prince is going to take another ball inside, 2-0 to the freshman. Tide looking to go 1-2-3 here, finish the sweep, move on to the next round of the playoffs. That one's going to be fouled off, 2-1. DJ Johnson, the third baseman, will be in the on-deck circle for Hattiesburg. Quentin Rubin will be in the hole. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be hit on the ground to Jamie. Jamie will come in, make the play, throw it over to first, and record the first out of the inning. 4-3 if you're scoring at home, on the ground out. DJ Johnson now. It's like he plays outside linebacker for Alabama. Good looking kid. Wish him well in the future, but here I'd like to see a strikeout or a pop out. Here's the first pitch from Brady. That one's going to be hit hard, high, and long, but I think it's going to be out of play, and it is. About as long as a foul ball as you can get. Plenty of distance to get out of Smoky Harrington, but luckily for the Tide, it was way left. So that's a long strike. Here's Brady's 0-1 pitch. He's going to hit that one out into right center field. Parker's going to come over, fall off Pomez, and he'll make the second out of the inning. Hattiesburg down to their last out. And that batter is going to be Quentin Rubin. Rubin is the right fielder. And officially he's 0 for 2 on the night. Here's the pitch to Rubin. That one's going to be hit on the ground, back up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Jamie's going to get there and knock it down, but no chance of doing anything once he got there. He goes up the middle, makes a dive and catch, but no chance to throw out Rubin. So new life for Hattiesburg. They're not going away. We saw last night. We thought we had them down, and chain of events unfolded that we didn't like, and here we were playing 5 more innings. Let's don't do that again. The catcher, Chauncey Parham's going to hit now. Hits from the left side, lefty on lefty. 2 outs, runner at first. First pitch will be up high, 1-0. Brady's got 76 pitches so far. 77 is a strike, 1-1. Brady's pitched a heck of a ball game, much as Tanner Busby did last night. He pitched a gem. That one's going to be up high, 2-1. Such a shame that Tide wasn't able to close that one out in regulation. So he certainly deserved that win. Not taking anything away from Landon Watts because he pitched outstandingly too. That one's going to be up high. So now 3-1 to the catcher, Parham. This is what we don't want to do, is get the tying run on base and winning run at the plate. Because we're going to get back around to Mr. Polk here pretty quickly. And those guys at the top of the order can hit the baseball. So here's the 3-1. That one's going to be swung on and fouled off 3-2. So big pitch here from the senior. I know Brady realizes the importance of this pitch. Certainly the catcher, Parham, understands what it means to his season and the Tiger season. 3-2, 2 outs, runner at first. Brady's going to go from the windup. The runner's going to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Tide's going to win the series on the strikeout from Brady, as they're going to defeat Hattiesburg 3-1. Don't go anywhere. I'll give you a recap here in 1 minute and tell you about what we're going to do next weekend, and we hope that you join us. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Are you tired of the same old mundane service you get when you need to get an oil change for your car? And you don't need an appointment either. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. till 12 noon. The pit lane crew inspects your vehicle to make sure the fluids, belts, lights, tire pressure, battery, and wiper blades are in good working order to keep you on the road in your ride. And they will vacuum the inside of your vehicle as a little extra touch from the crew at Pit Lane Oil Change. Come experience for yourself why people keep coming back to Pit Lane Oil Change time after time. They're located at 401 Highway 11 North, just 3 blocks north of East Canal, right by the railroad tracks. You can call us at 601-798-0017. Come experience the difference. Pit Lane Oil Change, your personal pit crew.
Tide's going to win the series back here at the Smoke. We'll wrap this one up for you. We appreciate you guys joining in, whether you're watching on the YouTube stream or you're tuning in WRJW or the WRJ portal. We appreciate all of your support of the Tide and also of the radio station. Lots of good stuff that happened tonight. Kyler King was 2 for 4, scored a run. Morgan Kraft had a hit. Brady Robertson had a hit and drove in a run, and Landon Franklin drove in a run. I'm going to give the Sonic player of the game to Brady Robertson. Not only did he have a hit and drove in a run, but he also went the complete game, 7 innings, struck out 3 and walked 1, and only gave up 3 hits. Not a commanding performance from an overall strikeout percentage, but a very effective performance, and they only threw 81 pitches. And that's pretty outstanding in a complete game, 7-inning game. Contrast that with Davis, who struck out 9 but threw 112 pitches. So for the Tide, player of the game goes to Brady Robertson. The Paul's Pastry Shop trivia question winner was Miss Margaret Bourgeois, and the question was, who was the 4 original American League, American Association teams? That was the Dodgers, the Pirates, Reds, and the Cardinals. The American Association folded in the 1890s, and those teams moved over to the National League, and they've been playing there ever since. So next week, the Tide will take on the Pearl River Central Blue Devils. That should be a dandy of a series. Pearl River Central swept West Harrison this weekend. I am assuming they're the higher seed. They will host, so I will confirm for that for you. We'll post it on social media, but 99% sure they're going to host. That means the first game will be at Pearl River Central Friday night, and then Game 2 would be at the Kirk Saturday night. Game 3, if necessary, would be back at Pearl River Central on Monday night. So we'll see you Friday night, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air about 6:45-ish. We'll figure out how we're going to do the competing streams. I know Eli does a stream. We have a stream. We'll figure all that out between now and then. We'll give you a good, effective stream. And we appreciate your support of Maroon Tide baseball. Maroon Tide sweeps Hattiesburg. They complete the sweep here at the Smoke in Hattiesburg season in a very well coached, played, and umpired game, 3-1. That's the final score for the final time. And you are listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Get back in the game with Dodd Therapy Center. Jamison Dunn has the specialties and experience to get your